You're live and you're watching NBA Tonight. Tonight we're going to be listing a few questions people have about the National Basketball Association, and let's get this started. First off, should LeBron James be considered the best player in NBA history? Let's start with you, Will.
Personally, in my opinion, I feel LeBron should not be considered the best player in NBA history. I don't think it's very close. I think Michael Jordan's had 5 times the career. Well, obviously not 5 times. That's a little exaggeration, but I think Michael Jordan's just a better overall player than LeBron. The accomplishments speak for themselves. LeBron has been to the same amount of finals, but he's lost like 4 finals, and Jordan's won all of his finals. I think Jordan played in a tougher era. He put up better stats, not rebounds and assist-wise, but points-wise, he put up 35 a game one year. LeBron just doesn't have the capability to dominate like that. Jordan just took over.
I agree with you that the era was tougher, but I think LeBron James should be considered the best player of all time for one reason. He has done it alone. He had Dwayne Wade, an aging Dwayne Wade. Chris Bosh was hurt, aging. Cleveland, he's had nobody. It's all LeBron. And LeBron has gone to the finals. He's played so well. He almost won it for them this time, playing 40 minutes a game, really 48 minutes a game. He has done absolutely everything for Cleveland when he's been there. And even in Miami, they put the older players around him, but he was the only person on that team who could break down a defense and be a defense in himself.
All right, I can agree with that. I guess this year I can agree with that. But I think Bosh and Wade were better sidekicks combined than Scottie Pippen was for Michael Jordan. I think those two together, better than Scottie and better than Dennis
I
Rodman.
think you could be underrating Jordan's team he had around him, though, because he had Horace Grant, also John Paxson, a lot of guys who I feel may have been better than LeBron's supporting cast at any time. And I feel like as Jordan's supporting cast was great. It's phenomenal.
Well, I mean, Scottie Pippen, we'll end this soon, but Scottie Pippen's he's a very solid player and definitely a Hall of Famer, top like 25 of all time. I just really don't feel like he supported Jordan as much as people say. I think he was definitely a huge sidekick. He was a big part of their championship runs, but I think Jordan was by far and away the most dominant player on that team and the best player in history.
All right. Let's move on to the next one. Next we have a question. Do you think that teams taking like the 76ers, like taking a whole season is okay just for a lottery pick?
I think tanking is all right. I don't like the way the Sixers do it because they don't try to get good players. But if you're tanking just because your players are bad, you can't get anybody good. If you're a destination like, let's say Milwaukee, let's say they didn't have anybody good. It's not really a destination that you want to go to. It's not really a place that people say, oh, let's go to Milwaukee on vacation. It's not a place that players really want to go to. And I can see that if they're doing that, it's not necessarily tanking. I don't mind teams that do poorly and maybe don't put out their entire effort. But the Sixers, the way they do it is they don't try to get anybody at all other than their draftees. They don't go after veterans, and they don't seem to be doing it the right way. They're tanking. They're not tanking gracefully like other teams could.
Personally, I think Adam Silver needs to take a stand on the tanking stuff. I think they should have owners' meetings, and if a team's tanking, then they should be fined if all the owners vote on it. And I really feel like it's a huge problem in the NBA. The Sixers are doing it. A lot of other teams are doing it. It's just not working. You have to have middle-of-the-road teams. You can't just have good and bad teams. It doesn't work like that.
And one more thing about tanking that I think it makes it all right is that it doesn't necessarily work. So if teams keep doing it and that's a strategy they want to go after, they're never going to get good. And that could be all right. Once they figure out that tanking isn't going to work and the draftees don't always pan out and they need to go after the proven players, and that might be a point where Adam Silver could say something about tanking. Once teams can figure out that's really not that great.
Well, I guess I can agree with that before we go to the next topic, but one instance of a team tanking and getting a really good draft pick, Tim Duncan with the San Antonio Spurs. They had David Robinson. Robinson got injured, sat out most of the year. They got Tim Duncan next year after tanking. So that's a great example.
That's a great point.
All right, last question. Should the NBA change the age limit for draft entry?
Yes, they should change it to, if you're out of high school, you can go straight to the NBA. That's it. And you can go to college if you want. If guys want to get a college education, get a college education. If you don't, you don't. It's your choice.
I think it should be you can either go to college up until your junior year, so pretty much the same as you said. You can also stay senior year if you want, which would probably be better, but you can also come straight out of high school. So just like Kevin Garnett, Kobe, and LeBron did, they were all ready. Obviously, like players like Kwame Brown and stuff weren't ready, but I think in the end should be like that.
All right, thank you for your opinions, and thank you, audience. We'll see you next time on NBA Tonight.